Hello. Um, the most interesting one of the well, it's just really interesting. Something just really interesting just happened just then. Um, in Melbourne, there's this horse race that's like called the Melbourne Cup. It's like a big tradition, and it's like a big race. Everyone we get a public holiday and stuff for it. So it's like a kind of a big thing in Melbourne, sort of. Yeah, it is a big thing, and also, which is today, it was held on. It's on held on the first November of every month. No, the first Tuesday in November of every year, and yeah, we get a public holiday for it, which is awesome. But also, I listened to these two guys on the radio called Hamish and Andy. They're really funny, and on Friday, Hamish said that he had a really good feeling that Green Moon would win the Melbourne Cup, because what happened was when he was a little kid, or 18 years ago, he said he had this dream about like the number five, and then so before the race, before the Melbourne Cup that year, and yeah, and then so I think someone in his family put a bet on it, and then Saintly, which was number five, won that year, and so he's been waiting every year since then to get the same kind of dream, but he hasn't got it. Like he hasn't had the same dream until now. Like 18 years later, he goes, this year he had this dream about green, and he said it felt something to do with horses, and he was really so sure about that it would, you know. And then he looked in the names of the horses, and one was called Green Moon, and he was like, yep, he had a really good feeling about that it would win the Melbourne Cup. And so it's in the podcast if you want to download it. I think, well, for November, it's November something, the first November podcast. But yeah, it was so cool. So it was like I had this. Yeah, I was like, whoa. He just had this really good feeling, and yeah, I really kind of believe in this kind of thing too, because my mum sometimes gets like dreams about numbers. Like she'll dream about some certain numbers, and then those numbers will come up in like Tats Lotto. She'll get like a couple numbers correct, you know. And so I've been stunned by this kind of thing before. And also a few years ago there was that octopus that was guessing which team would win the soccer, but yeah, forget that. Anyway, so today I was out of curiosity. I watched the race, the Melbourne Cup race, and I even videoed it on my iPhone, and watching it, and then all of a sudden, right near at the end, like, you know, Green Moon's in there, and then all of a sudden at the end, Green Moon just comes out, like at the end, Green Moon. That's all the commentator person was saying, and right at the end it was like, and it won by a fair bit. It wasn't even that close. It was like, whoa, and it's like, it's not, the horse wasn't a favourite. It was like, I don't know much about horse racing, but it had low odds. So I think if you put $1 on it, you'd get like $25 or something like that. You know, something like that. So it wasn't like one of the favourite ones. So basically, Hamish Blake called it, and it's pretty. It was very exciting to watch. You know, like, yeah, it's just, yeah, really cool and interesting, and yeah, it's really good. I guess that's all I want to talk about it. Yeah, that was cool.